Hello, let's do the New York Times Hard Sudoku for June 4th, 2024. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, and I'm going to get started right now. All right. I'm really suspicious of this band just because of the structure of the givens. Let's do our normal stuff first though. So 2, 7, 9. We do have buddies for the 2, so 2 ends up here. Buddies for the 9 tell us 9's over here. That's the only duplicate digit we've got. This being a filled box column makes me want to just take a look at these. I think I'm just going to skip ahead. I'm going to do this stack now before moving on to this band, because I think this stack is going to give us a lot because of this filled box column. In fact, if we look, we also have this really cool formation down here. So this 1-9 does look down, making this a hidden 1-9 pair, making this a triple. It's going to be 4, 5, and 7. And this can't be the 4 or 5. So we get our naked 7 there. And that leaves a triple here. 1, 2, we need 3. Whoops, we need 3. We have 4, 5. We need 3, 6, and 8. And this can't be the 3 or the 8. So that's a 6. So we're left with a 3, 8 pair and a 4, 5 pair here already. And now I want to look at these digits and how they affect this box. We've got 2, 4, and 6. The 2's already in the box, but 4 and 6 end up over here. This can't be 6. And so now if we follow up on that, we do see that these 4's point and this 4 looks down. We get the 4 here, which we already knew about. These 6's are also already done. Okay, we have the 3 and the 8 looking in. Putting 3, 8 here. This can't be 3. And so these can't be 3, 8, these can't be 3, 8, and that gives us the 3, 8. Okay, so that's just a duplicate way of seeing what I saw in this column. Anything else to see for this stack before I move on? Yeah, so this, no, 3, 8, 2, 6. The 2 looking in here actually does put a 2 over here. Okay. I think that's all I want to get out of the stack for now. Unless is there anything obvious else? 2, 6, 3, 8. That's all I'm really seeing for now. Okay, is there anything else with this band that I might want to look at before I move on? Not really. 3, 5, 6. No. Okay, yeah, let's move on to this band here. So we got the 3 and the 9. What's suspicious about the 3 and the 9, is anything looking in like this. This 1, 4, 7 looking in. We want another 1, 4, 7 up here. Unfortunately, we don't have any. Not yet. So 4, 6 here, and we don't have a buddies. 4 and 6, we do have a buddy for the 4, so let's just take care of that. Puts a 4 down here. What about just 1, 4, 7, 8 in this row? We know the 4 is. I don't think there's any good enough restriction on that. We do have this 9 looking in, this 9 looks down though, so that does place a 9 in the box. These 9s now look in, placing the 9 here. That gives us the 1 and the 9 here. Okay, that's handy. 4 digits left in this box, and 4 in this box. So let's take a look one at a time. So we do need the 1. The 1 ends up here. Yeah, so we have the 1 and the 2. We know these are going to be down to 3, so I'm just going to mark them. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We do need a 5. I don't see any restriction on that. And we need a 7. No restriction on that. Okay. Yeah, not much more to say about that. This row is 1, 2, 5, 7. Neither of these can be 5. So actually the 5 ends up over here, which means these can't be 5. That's interesting. And so that means actually the 5 is just placed here. Okay, that means 5's down here. Yeah, I could have just seen these 5s look in, placing this 5. But anyway, these are down to 1, 2, 7. So we'll fill that. Can I get anything else out of this? Let's look at this box first. So we need a 2, 3, 5, 6. 2, 3, 5, 6. I'm saying this can't be 2, right? The 2 is actually one of these 2. Oh, that's handy. 2 is placed. Sorry. 2 is placed in the box. That gives us the 7 and the 1. Gives us the 5 and the 2. Nice. Leaving a 1, 7 pair behind. So now this is a triple of 3, 5, 6. Okay. I don't know what to do with that yet. this whole row is 2, 3, 6, 8. This can't, neither of these can be 3. So these are down to 2, 6, 8, and this one can't be an 8. In general, we need 2, 4, 6, 8 here. This still can't be 8. So 8's in one of these two, and so it's up here. With this 8, right? So 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6 here. Oh, these can't be 2. Oh, that's handy. So 2 is here, and this is 4, 6, 8. Okay, so I can mark this hole up. I can mark this hole up. The whole box can be marked up. All right. I think that's all we're getting out of that band for sure. Let's move on to this band here. We've got the 2 and the 4. So the 2's looking. Putting a 2 somewhere up here. The 4 does not actually have a buddy. I don't think the 4 does much. We have the 5 and the 8. These 8s look in, along with this 8. Putting an 8 up here. And then that's all we get out of buddies. I'm suspicious of this 2, 4. We have a 1 and a 9 looking in. This 9 helps. So this 9 looks in, this 9 looks down. We get a crossing here. So there's a 9 in one of these two. That is going to point, but I guess we could have just seen that from all these 9s as well. The 1 is not so lucky. Okay. Got the 8. What about 1, 9 looking into here? Well, I mean, 9 looks in, 9 looks in. So 9's in one of these two, I guess. Is there anything else to see in this band before I move on? I feel like there ought to be, but I'm not seeing it. Okay, I'm going to just do stacks now. Well, we can always come back. I do have these 2 3s looking down, so 3's in one of these two. We got 5 and 6, so 5s are done. 6's... 2, 3, yeah, that's... I don't think the 6's do anything to this box. We got 5 and 8. 5s are taken care of. The 8 is taken care of. Okay. I don't think there's anything else special to look at here. I guess let's just fill these triples for this stack. So we need a 4, 5, 6 here. This 5, 6 says this is a naked 4. And this is a 5, 6 pair. And then here we need 1, 2, 3, 3, 7, 8. The bottom can't be 7. Top can't be 3. Okay. That's all we get out of that. Still, that stack's basically done. Let's do this stack now. So I've got the 2 and the 4. 2's are done. 4's do look up, along with this 4. Putting a 4 in one of these two. And then I've got the 7 and the 9. So the 2 7's do look down. So it puts a 7 down here. But the 9 we already have marked. So that's it for buddies. Is anything like this 8 looking in? Is that helping at all? It actually does. Because where does 8 go in this row? We have these 8s pointing up, or these 8s claiming, saying this isn't an 8, and then this 8 sees that's not an 8. Basically what I saw is that the 8s, if I were to corner mark in them in here, they would line up with these corner mark 8s here. And so this is the 8 for the row. That gives us 7 and 3. What's left for this row then? We need a 1 and a 3, it looks like. And this 3 tells us the order. That's 1, that's 3. Nice, the row finishes. We get our 7 and our 1 here. Does that cascade further? Let's follow up. 1 is down here. Does this 7 do anything? It does, actually, because it's a crossing on this 5, 6. So the 7's in one of these two. I guess we had these 2 7's already, which I just never marked. Okay. This 7 looking down, this 7 looking in is not... It feels like there ought to be some kind of hidden triple going on around here with the 7's or the 9's or something like that, but I'm not seeing it. It's all just weirdly overlapping. So let's not worry about that yet. Still looking at some of this stuff around here. So what did I get? I got the 3 and the 1. How about this 3? Does this 3 do anything? Not that I can tell. Not obviously, at least. Anything else? So I was looking at something. Yeah, I was looking at this 8 looking in. That was quite helpful. 7 and 2 already placed. Anything looking here? The 9? We already have it placed. Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's anything else to do in this stack here. I guess this column is down to 4 open cells. We need the 3, 5, 6, and 8. Neither of these are 3. So these are down to 5, 6, 8. I think this is any of 3, 5, 6, 8. Interesting. So we could use uniqueness to say that one of these is an 8. Let me just go over that, but I'm not going to use it. Uniqueness requires the knowledge that there is only one solution to the Sudoku. I prefer to prove that there's only one solution by following logical methods that don't depend on that assumption. Because as soon as you assume it as one of your axioms, you can't prove it. And so with just normal Sudoku rules, generally you can prove that there's only one solution, if there is. But if you know that there's only one solution, which the New York Times puzzles will always only ever have one solution, then that means there must be an 8 in one of these two. This is called a unique rectangle, because if there was not an 8 here, then we'd end up with these 5, 6 pairs. Those 5, 6 pairs remove 5, 6 from the rest of their rows, and they remove 5, 6 from the rest of their columns, and they remove 5, 6 from the rest of their boxes. So how could you possibly resolve? Where would you put a 5 or a 6 that would tell you which order these happen in? And the answer is you could not. None of these gray cells would have a 5 or 6 in them to distinguish these 5, 6s because of all the pairs that are happening. And so as a result, you could have two solutions to you could have two solutions to the puzzle: 5s here with 6s here, or the opposite, 6s here with 5s here, which means that there's at least two solutions to the puzzle, which breaks the axiom of there being only one solution. Therefore, we can't remove these 8s. Therefore, there's an 8 in one of these two. So that's how you would use a unique rectangle there. I'm not going to use it, but we will try to keep that in mind. I'll prove it later that we did end up with an 8 there. But I wonder, it makes me wonder, there's not always a straightforward, obvious way to prove the same thing without uniqueness, right? It makes you want to look, hey, how can I prove this isn't 8? But because that would do the same thing. This 8 looks in, this isn't 8, we'd have an 8 here. But there is not necessarily an obvious way to do that without continuing with the puzzle for a while. So that's why uniqueness is often used, is to kind of shortcut some of the other logic in the puzzle. But anyway, I will find a more appropriate way forward for myself. I don't like using uniqueness personally. I'm going to look at this row, which is down to 4 open cells. We need 1, 3, 6, and 9. 1, 3, 6, 9. Well, this sees 3, 6, and 9. So this is a naked single 1. That leaves 3, 6, 9 behind. 3, 6, 9. This can't be 9. That can't be 3. And that gives us a 3, 6 pair here, placing the 5. Okay. So if that's a 3, 6 pair, then this is a triple. It's 1, 7, 8. This can't be 7. That can't be 1. That can't be 8. Okay. You can see how this would have been useful to know the 8's in one of those, but we'll get there in another way. 3, 6, 9. Did we learn anything else from this? We got this 1. So these 1s look in, putting a 1 in one of these two. Okay, anything else of note? This column has been reduced to 4 open cells because we placed the naked 1. So what do we need? We need the 2, 4, 7, 8. 2, 4, 7, 8. So we know the 8's up here. So these are down to 2, 4, 7, and the bottom one's not a 2. This is not a 2, so this is 4, 7, 8. I think this is not a 7, so this is 2, 4, 8. Okay. Kind of a bare minimum marking there. But barely made the cut to get marked. Am I seeing anything else that's obvious to mark up here? I might go box by box and make sure I respected my corner marks. Because that's often something that I mess up, is that like I'll center mark a cell and I'll ignore the effects some of the corner marks have. So I'm looking at the 2, the 7, and the 9, and the 8s. Just making sure that pointing, claiming, all that good stuff has been respected. Also, I'm looking at how this cell here isn't the 2 or the 7 or the 8. So it's got to be restricted, right? It's not 1, 2, 3. It could be 4. It can't be 5, 6. It's not 7. It's not 8. And it could be 9. So it is down to just 4, 9. It's a very handy way to find restricted cells. This here isn't 7, 8, 9. So it's not 1. It could be 2. It's not 3. Could be 4. 4 is pretty open around here. Can't be 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. We have the 9s marked here. Yeah, there's a 9. So this is down to 2, 4. And that gives us a 2, 4, 6 triple in this column. That's quite convenient. It's not resolved, but it is a 2, 4, 6 triple, which removes 2, 4, 6 from the rest of the column. So this can't be 6. And in fact, with this 6 here, looking down, there's a 6 in one of these two. Okay, so think about this here. Once we clean up 2, 4, 6 from the rest of the column, we will have claiming 6s here. So these are not 6. Also, you can just think about it as claiming within the triple itself if you prefer. Because the triple, we need to place a 2, 4, and 6 in the triple somewhere. And this can't be 6, so the 6 ends up down here, which does claim the box. I don't think I need duplicates of my corner and center marks here, so we're just going to clean that up a little bit. This can't be a 2 because of the 2, 4, 6. In fact, we are left with 3, 7, 9 here. And I'm just going to mark that 3, 7, 9. That one's not a 9. That one's not a 3. Okay, so that was quite helpful. Just penciling some cells that looked restricted based on where our corner marks weren't. Always a very useful strategy. This doesn't quite... It just needs something like just a little tap. A little tap in the dominoes fall at this point. And I just need to find what that is. So let's see, what do we have going on here? Let's keep going box by box. That was helpful. So this box we already know everything about. This box, we do want to think a little bit. These 4s, are they actually pointing? They're not really that helpful because we have these 4s. I want to think about the digits in this box. We need 1, 4, 5, 6, 8. 1, 4, 5, 6, 8. None of these can be 8. So this is not a 1 either. So this is 4, 5, 6. Which is suspicious, but not... doesn't do anything. So this is 1, 4, 5, 6. In fact, the 1 is up here somewhere. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything to do with that. Okay. This box, we know everything about. This box here. Okay, we did the 2s. Are they pointing? Are they claiming? The 3s. Okay, that's it for our corner marks. Are these at all restricted? I don't have any real reason to think they would be. We do need a 2, 3, and 6 in this box. In fact, let's look at the 6. Okay. Now that we have these 6s pointing down, yeah, 6 is placed in this box. There we go. There's actually only one place for 6 in this box. We can place that. Now we can place the 2. That lets us place this 2. Okay. That resolves this whole box. So something tapped it. The dominoes are falling. That's 3, 6. That's 8, 3. That's a 6 down here. That's 9. We still have not proven that 8's in here. Actually, now we have proven 8's in here because we removed the 6. So it's a 5, 8 pair now, and that does what we wanted. That removes that 8. So that's 8. That's 7. That's 1. That's our 1. This can't be 5 because of the 5, 8 pair, so this is 4, 6 only. That means this is resolved as whatever's missing, which is the 5, giving us the 4 and the 5 here. That gives 4. We get our 3 and our 7 and our 9. That's 4, 8, 7, 9. 5 and 8, 6 and 4, 6 and 5. This sells a 3. There we go. And I did prove that there is an 8. This did not end up a 5, 6 rectangle. We ended up placing an 8 in this case right there. Cool. Yeah, nice to have the opportunity to show uniqueness techniques, even if I ended up not using it. You can see how, had I used it, it probably would have just solved the puzzle, which is fine if you want to do that. If you're going for speed, definitely use uniqueness. So cool. Yeah, this took me a little bit, a little intricate. There were certain, I think it was just really some subtle singles that I didn't quite catch. There were some random triples as well in this puzzle. I don't remember exactly where they were, to be honest. Maybe it was like this 4, 6, 9 or something. It was something along the 2, 4, 6 maybe. There was some kind of triple on this column that just kind of came out of nowhere that was helpful. And I thought I recalled another triple, but I might be misremembering. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.